Hello all, welcome to our webinar. Today, we'll be showing you how to set up and make the best use of your Zoho Docs account. My name is Divya and I'm a marketer here at Zoho. I also have with me Veena, who is a product specialist. Veena will be helping us with a detailed demo. Before we get started, here's something very interesting. This webinar runs on Zoho Showtime, our very own online web conferencing tool. For the first half of this session, I'll be sharing my actual slides with you. This means you can go back to previous slides, post questions wherever they arise, and like the slides too. To ask a question, simply click on the question button you see on the left pane. You can also chat with me and the others present in the webinar using the chat button. Please post your questions so we can answer them for you at the end of the session. For the second half of the session, I'll be sharing my screen so that Veena here will be able to show you how to set up and manage your Zoho Docs account. First, let me tell you very quickly about Zoho. At Zoho, we build cloud software for small and medium businesses. We've been around for 20 years and have a presence in over 130 countries. With over 30 plus applications focusing on all your business needs, we have over 25 million customers who trust and run their companies on Zoho. So here's the agenda for the day. We'll start with why you should use Zoho Docs and then how to set up and manage your existing Zoho Docs account. We'll show you how to collaborate with your team that sits right in front of you or miles away at different branches and locations. Finally, we will see how to monitor user activity and audit reports using our detailed analytics. Before going into the setup, let me tell you about a real-life scenario on how a manufacturing company increased their operational efficiency using Zoho Docs. The names have been changed for customer confidentiality. This is Zycler Industries. They manufacture air compressors that are sold around the world. In the beginning, Zycler Industries managed their production, design and sales out of their headquarters at San Francisco. As their company grew, they had to expand and set up shops at various other locations to manage global customers. So, while production was out of headquarters, sales personnel worked closer to clients from the new offices. However, as the company grew in size, so did the number of files and information. And this, of course, meant an IT nightmare. More files mean the requirement of more physical space to store them. And this meant maintaining individual storage drives on LAN networks. Any physical drive will only have a finite memory space, and investing in infrastructure means additional expense to the company. Prioritizing the storage of data posed its own set of challenges. With more and more offices, employees had to rely on email to work with their teammates sitting at different parts of the world. This means they have to work individually and only with the files available on their system, and then email them back and forth every single time an edit was made. Work became redundant and time consuming. In case of internal servers, each office had a separate network drive, making it difficult for colleagues and consultants in different cities to collaborate, especially when handling complex files and collateral. Sales personnel working remotely from client locations had to keep downloading the designs and customer specifications from the server every time something was updated. This was tiresome, especially when information was required from anywhere at any given time. In fact, some days things were so disorganized that many employees resorted to carrying thick binders containing the documents they needed. Another option they had was to save files on a flash drive or hard drive, but then your data is always prone to theft or misplacement. Files in a system drive always face the risk of being wiped in case of virus attacks. When data is stored on local storage or server, any cyber attack can cripple your organization. Moreover, if the server crashes, you could end up losing all your data permanently. So, what is the fix? They moved all their data to Zoho Docs. So, what is Zoho Docs? Zoho Docs is an online file storage and management tool that helps increase your organization's productivity while reducing costs. With Zoho Docs, number one, you can store data. As you already know, Zoho Docs is on the cloud. This means you can store vast amount of files and information and save so much physical storage space. It is always available and can be accessed from anywhere at any given time. You can also keep your files away from physical damage. Number 2, you can work as a team. You can collaborate with your teammates wherever they are without sending emails back and forth. You also don't have to worry about large files anymore. You can send files in a snap simply by sharing a link. And the most important, data security. With Zoho Docs, you don't have to worry about any type of data loss. All your information is completely safe. Zoho Docs is secured with SSL encryption, key encryption before transit, definite data recovery and retrieval, and encryption at rest. We have now come to the end of the presentation and I'm handing it over to Veena, who is going to give you a detailed demo of Zoho Docs.
Thank you, Divya. Hello, everyone. Now, let me show you how to make your work more productive with Zoho Docs. To get started, log into your Zoho Docs account with the registered email ID and the password. Now, this is the screen that will appear once you have signed up for an account. You will receive an email at your registered email ID to confirm the account, after which you will be able to set up your profile. Now, to get started with the profile setup, go to the settings icon that is there on the top right corner of your screen. Click on the admin panel option that's there right on the top. Alternatively, you can also access this page by clicking on admin setting option that is there on the bottom left corner of your screen. Now, once you click on this option, you will be redirected to a new page like this. Now, the first tab that we see over here is that of the organization profile. Now, in this tab, you will be able to enter all your organizational details and also view other account details. To get started, enter your organization's name. The next thing we have is the super admin. Since I am the person who signed up for this account, by default, I will be assigned as the super admin of this particular account. You can also see the details about which plan I have opted for. Now, if you see, I have opted for a premium plan with 10 users, and you can see how much extra storage I have opted for and the payment frequency. Now, the next section we see is that of personalizing your organization. This option is available only for the paid users, that is, the users who have opted for the standard or the premium plan. Now, with this option, you will be able to customize your document management system in Zoho Docs. So you can add your own company logo over here by clicking on the Browse button. You will also be able to set your country, language, and time zone based on wherever your organization is set up. Now, the next tab we see here is that of the users. To add user individually with their email IDs, click on the Add User button and this dialog box appears. Enter the email ID of any user you want and click on the Add User button. Alternatively, if you have a list of users to be imported in bulk, you can click on the import user option that is there over here. When you do that, you can choose a file that's of either Excel format or a CSV format or any spreadsheet format and click on the import user button that is over here. Once you do that, all your users will appear in this invitation list. Now, these users will be sent an invitation to accept joining your organization from Zoho Docs. Once these users have accepted your invitation to join your organization, they will be listed under the users list section that is over here. Now, the next tab we see is that of the groups tab. Now, there'll be times when you do not want to send files to individual users separately, and you have lot of such files to be sent to a particular group. Like you see here, I have two groups here, one for the marketing campaign ideas and one for the designers. There'll be times when I have to send common uh, design rules or common marketing rules and other marketing messages to these particular target groups. Now, when I have to do that, all I have to do is send or share those particular files to these groups by just entering the group's name. To create a group like that, click on the create group option that you see over here. You can enter a valid group name, the respective group description, and add a group logo if you have, and finally add the members of the group and just click on the create group. Now let's see what's there on the settings tab. To start with, we have an option to set privileges to the users in your organization. Now within this tab, you will be able to set if your users will have an option to share documents outside the organization, export them in different formats, or even publish them to the outside world. Now, this option will be very helpful for organizations that are concerned about their data security and your customers' data is at stake. For example, finance organizations and legal organizations which have a lot of customer data within their organization and are not supposed to share it outside. They can use these options to restrict the employees from accessing files and sending them outside the organization. The next tab we see here is the Manage Storage tab. Within this tab, you will get a brief idea of all the users, list of all the users that are there within your organization and how much storage they have and how much storage they have used. Now, with this data, it becomes very easy for you to spot when a user is running out of storage and when you should renew their account. Now, the next tab we see is that of the Change Super Admin. Like I told you, your users will have two roles. One is either the role of an admin, or they can be a user, just another user in the organization. Now, when I signed into the account, I told you I was a super admin by default just because I signed into the account. Now, with Zoho Docs, you have an option to change the super admin of the account. To do that, you have to click on this option and the list of other admins will appear here. You can select them and click on Save. So what we saw over here is that only the admins have an option to be chosen as a super admin of this particular organization. This is very applicable to all organization that is opted for Zoho Docs. Now the next tab we see here is the SAML authentication. Now we have seen a lot of our organizations and customers getting troubled with the number of applications they have in their organization. So we all use many applications to run our businesses. that takes a lot of time to sign in and get started with your work. To minimize that tension, we have an option to include SAML authentication within your system, and all you have to do is just sign in once and you're good to go. Now, the most important tab is the Securities tab. At Zoho Docs, we consider security a very integral part of a system. We let our users set password policy based on whatever your organization policy is. So you can customize what your users' password should be based on the number of days within which your password will expire, or the length of the password, and what characters and what things should be contained in your password. And once you're done entering all the details, click on Save. The next tab we see here is that of allowed IPs. Now we see a lot of organizations working remotely, having many offices in different locations. Now that doesn't mean you put your data and the security at stake. So you can still have control over your document management system even though you have offices set up in different locations. So all you have to do is add IP ranges of wherever your offices are located and click on add. You also have an option to restrict the IP address or IP ranges for each role that you have. Now we'll shortly come back to the other two sections over here. I'll be taking you back to the Zoho Docs product now. Now, the good thing about Zoho Docs is that we have our very own built-in Office Suite editors. So you can create a document, a spreadsheet, or a presentation within Zoho Docs itself. You will also be able to upload documents from your desktop using the upload option. So you can upload individual files or upload folders. We also allow easy migration of documents from and other storage. So we have an integration with Google Drive and Dropbox that is over here. So all you have to do is sync in your Google Drive or Dropbox account and configure them in Zoho Docs, and you'll find all your files in this area over here. Now we also have an option to sync your files from the desktop to Zoho Docs directly. For that, we have our Zoho Docs Sync for Desktop app. To download that, you have to click on the Get Zoho Docs option that's there in the bottom left pane that you see here. Now, since I am using a Mac operating system, Zoho Docs for Mac is what's appearing over here. Whatever operating system you are using, you will have an option to download Zoho Docs for customized for your operating system over here. All you have to do is just click and you'll find a folder created on your desktop. Now, once that folder is created, you can just move in all your files, offline files, to that folder, and whenever you go online, you can just find all your files appearing here again. So this enables you to work from wherever you are, even without internet, literally. Now, in times when you have files in your attachment or when you want to upload scanned documents from your printer, you can just email them directly to your account. Now, how do you do it? You go to the settings option that's over here and click on the storage details. Now, this is the email ID that is very unique to every user in Zoho Docs. Now, every time you have a file to be scanned and uploaded to your document management system, all you have to do is email it to this particular email ID and you'll find your documents directly saving in this area. Now, when you click on any file in your Zoho Docs account, these are the options that appear on the top. The first option you see is that of the share option. I'll just come back to explaining what this option does. The next option we see is the add task option. Now let me click another file. Now when you click on the add task option, this is the dialog box that appears. Now in this dialog box, you see options to set a type of task. Now with this option, you will be able to set a task to someone else in your organization, any other colleague in your organization, to either review your file, to approve a file, or even to set a reminder to another person or to even yourself. Now once you select any option, you can enter an email ID of your colleague to whomever you want to assign the task to. And once you're done with that, just enter a short description about what the task is about. Click on the due date to let them know when the task has to be completed by, and click on add. Once you're done doing this, you will see all your tasks listed over here like this. Now let's see what was the next option. The next we have is the move option. With move option, you will be able to move your files to another folder if you have. We also have a copy option so that you can create a new copy of the same file, or even trash them anywhere. Now, when you have too many data, finding one file out of the heap can be a very difficult task. For that, we have a very good option to organize all your files within folders. You can click on create and click on the folder option. Now once you create a folder, they'll appear on the left pane like this. All your folders will appear over here. So you can either organize it based on your teams or tasks, or anything you'd like to group them as. Now coming back to the share option. So with Zoho Docs, you can share files to anyone and work together at any time. So instead of sending emails back and forth to make changes to a particular document, you can just share them with your team in Zoho Docs. To do that, select a file and click on the share button that is over here. A share setting dialog box appears like this. And these are the options we have. To start with, let's see what's there in the visibility option. Now, the first thing we see is the collaborators only option. With collaborators only option, you will be able to share your file with specific people in your team, that is specific collaborators in your team with their email ID. When you click on that, you will be directed to this place. All you have to do is enter the email ID of a particular person in your team and click on the access permissions that are there and click on share. Now, when I say access permissions, we mean the editing options that a particular user has within your file. So we see these options over here. With read only option, a user will be able to only view the file and not make any changes to it. With read and write option, a user will be able to also contribute to your file by adding more text to it. As a co-owner, a user will be able to edit the file, view the file, and also share the file with anyone in the team within your organization. Now, the next option we have within the visibility is everyone in Zoho Docs demo, that is, every member within the organization. Now, if you click on this option, this particular file will be shared with everyone in your organization. If you click on this option to allow everyone to find and access, your the users in your organization will just be able to find this file with their name in the search box that's over here. You can also set options, access options to people in your organization. The next option we see is public on the web with password protection. Now, this option is very useful when you have many stakeholders outside your organization. You need not share the file with an individual person outside your organization. All you have to do is share a link of that particular file, create a password with this option, and set an expiry date as per your requirement and click on whatever access you need to give this particular user. Now, once you're done with that, all you have to do is share this particular link with the user outside your organization. They'll be able to open it with the password that you have set over here, and you're good to go. The next option we see is a public on the web option. Now, this option is similar to the previous one, except that anyone will be able to see the file without a password. Similar to the previous option, you'll be able to set an expiry date for this as well. Once you're done, click on Save. Now, while collaborating, you might see yourself annoyed by too many people editing at the same time. Now, we have checkout and check-in option, which comes in really handy at times like that. Let's say you have a design file that has to be edited and shared to your marketing team. All you have to do is check out that particular file. Click on this file, select the more option that's here and click on checkout. Now, once you've clicked that, you have been notified that your file is successfully checked out. Once you're done making all the changes to the file, you can just click on this file again and go in and click on the check-in option. Once you click on the check-in option, you'll be asked to enter notes. So this helps you to identify what changes have been made to the document. You can write in any description and click on check-in. Now, once you click on check-in, this document will be available for everyone to be accessed. Now, every time you check in and check out of the document, a new version of the document is created. To see all the versions of the document, you can click on the file and click on the properties option that is over here. Now, when you can see all the document details, share details, that is who all this document has been shared with, tag details, that is if you have any tag assigned to this particular document, and the revisions option. So you can see all the revisions that have been made to this particular document and the notes for that particular revision. You can also enter a comment to this particular document so that any member of your team, while accessing this document, will quickly get to know the status of this document or any other thing that you'd like to say. The next option we have is the access stats document. Now, with this document, you will be able to see who all have accessed this file. You can also include the owner access stats, which means you will be able to see how many times you yourself have used the file and whatever the changes have been made at what time and on which date. That's about sharing and collaborating on files. Let me briefly explain you our very own editors in Zoho Docs. To get started, let's see what Zoho Writer has in store for us. So Zoho Writer is an online word processor. You can create, edit, cut, copy, paste, and format text like just like Microsoft Word that you have. In addition to this, here is why Zoho Writer is much better and much useful. First, Zoho Writer has a very clean interface. Now, if you see, we have divided the sections, the Zoho Writer, into three clean sections, starting with Compose, Review, and Distribute. When you click on the Compose option, you see a very clean and plain interface where all your concentration would be on writing the content and less on what options to use. To make any edits or additions to your document, to make any format changes, you can click on this option that was over here, the hamburger menu, and these options will appear over here. Similarly, with Zoho Writer, you will be able to assign the file to anyone and review them. So a lot of times when editors are editing your document, or someone else has to just view your document and make comments to it but not changes to it, you can go to the review tab and click on any part that you want to create a comment on, and click on the comment option that's over here and simply add a comment. Now once a comment has been added, it gets highlighted like this. Once you have addressed this comment, you can click on the resolve option that's over here. Or if you want to express your like towards a particular comment, you can click on the like button that's over here. The next option worth watching is a collaboration option. Now, when a lot of people are editing your particular writer document, you can keep the collaboration on so that you know what edits are being made by anyone in the team. Now, this is how any edit is come by another collaborator in the team. So if you want to accept, you can click on the accept option. If you want to reject this particular change, you can click on the reject option. You can also choose to follow and receive notification about this particular document. So you can get notified when all the changes are made to the document or only the comment activities, and also choose to not get any notification at all. So once you are done with these settings, you can either set it as default for all your documents in the organization, or you can just uncheck it to make it specific to this particular document. You will also be able to see history, that is the revisions made to this particular document. You'll be able to see whoever made changes to this particular document. Now, since there are only two collaborators, you'll be able to see at what time and when a particular change was made. You can click on a particular version to see how the file was in that version. You can also choose to restore that particular version. Now, some other amazing features that Zoho Writer has is the mail merge feature. With the mail merge feature, any marketer or any other person will be able to write a mail or a campaign and just import a particular set of email IDs that they want to be sending these to, and then just send it, and the campaign is easily done. Now, gone are the times when you have to download a particular document, sign it, approve it, and rescan it back and then email them back. A lot of work actually. So we have electronic signature option within Zoho Writer. So all you have to do is sign into one of your electronic signature accounts that you have, and your you can easily start approving documents and save a lot of time in that. So we have our very own Zoho Sign, our very own product, the Zoho Sign. We have Adobe Sign, DocuSign, and Sign Easy. You can just sign into one of these accounts and you're good to go. You will also have an option to mark a document final, so all your other collaborators know which is the final document. That's about Zoho Writer. Next, going to Zoho Sheet. Zoho Sheet is a spreadsheet document. It is similar to Excel and Google Sheets, but this is what is very different about it. With Zoho Sheet, you'll be able to create amazing tables. You'll be able to enter numbers and do good calculations, and even create beautiful charts within your spreadsheet. Well, let me tell you what's different about Zoho Sheet. Now, there'll be times when, let's say, a lot of finance people might understand when you want a particular value in your cell to remain the same, and you do not want it to be altered by any member who is also collaborating with you. So what we do is we select a range that you do not want to be altered, and click on the data option that's over here and click on lock. So once you do this, the range of cells automatically appear over here. You can lock it for specific users. You can just click on lock all option if you want to lock it for everyone, or if you want to lock it for a particular user, you can just lock it for them and click on the save option that's here. Now with Zoho Sheet, you will also be able to do a very detailed audit trail. What I mean by that is that you can see what changes have been made by who in your document uh, within the spreadsheet. You can select it based on which user has made a change, based on date, or the sheets if you have a lot of tabs within this document, or even a cell range. Now, let's say we want to see what changes have been made in this cell range. You see, these are the changes that have been made in this particular cell range in the last, that is, we just lock the cell and it appears very clearly over here. Now that's about Zoho Sheet. Next we have Zoho Show. Zoho Show is a very cool presentation tool. At Zoho Show, you'll be able to create slides, design them, create layouts, add images, videos, and do a lot of things. Now, let's say you want to add an image. Zoho Show lets you easily add an image from your gallery or from your library that is there, or you can just web search them and directly insert them into your document, into your presentation. You'll also be able to add a video like that. You can either search video from YouTube and upload them directly, or you can embed a particular code of for the video and just play them within your presentation. We also have an awesome option of adding tweets to your presentation. All you have to do is authenticate your Twitter account and you can see a stream of tweets flowing for whichever topic you have chosen. Now, a really cool feature that Zoho Show has is the broadcast feature. Now with this feature, you will be able to make a presentation to your team sitting very far from you. All you have to do is share this particular link to your team, to whoever has to attend your presentation, and invite them. You can alternatively also enter the email ID and they'll receive an email to attend this particular presentation of yours. And once you're done with that, you can click on Start Broadcast option that's here. Now, like you see, if you are presenting to a particular class of students and you have things to be explained to them, you can click on blackout option so that your screen dims and you will be able to present and explain concepts more clearly, more manually on the board or on the screen. You can click on uncover and go back to your presentation. You'll see all your notes appearing over here. You'll see who all are attending your particular presentation with this option. And you can see your slide preview over here. Once you're done broadcasting, you can click on the Stop Broadcast option. That's about Zoho editors. Let me take you back to the setup like I told you before. The next section we have to visit over here is the reports section. Now we have usage stats as the first section within reports. The usage stats gives me a very brief and summary about how much storage has been used, what documents have been used based on the type, and when they have been modified and created based on each individual type. And this is very useful for the admin of the document when you want to see what types of documents have been created and saved within your system. The next tab we see is the activities tab. Now, as an admin, you will be able to view all the activities carried by anyone in your organization. Now, if you want to specifically search for all the activities carried by a particular user in your organization, you can click on the advanced search option that's here. Enter the email ID and enter the date range from when you want to track the usage in the documentation and click on submit. You'll be able to see a list of activities carried out by them. The next tab we see is the storage stats. Now, storage stats gives you a very brief idea about the users and the last login time, how much space has been used, and what all documents, folders has been created and shared by these users over here. The next very important part is the admin governance. Now, lot of organizations in line with their compliances have to have all the documents within the system. But to do that, to find every document created by every user in your organization, we let you enter the user's email ID and click on submit. You'll see all the documents that has ever been created by this particular user within your Zoho Docs account. Now, the next tab is the transfer document ownership. Now, there'll be a lot of times when your employee leaves the organization, but that doesn't mean your data and information also goes along with them. So we let you transfer ownership of one particular user to another particular user. So similar to the previous step, we just enter the email ID of a user and select a file that you want to change the ownership to, and click on the change owner option, and you can enter any other user's name you want to transfer the document to. Click on the change owner option. That's it. The ownership of this particular document has been transferred to another owner. Similarly, you can also transfer folders of that particular user. Now, there'll be times when your users have accidentally deleted your document from their file management system. In times like that, you can just click on the restore document option that's here and enter the user's name and restore any document that has ever been trashed by that particular user. That brings us to the end of our demo. So, Zoho Docs is not only just any other file management tool. Unlike many other file management tools, we care about your data security and privacy and really understand how important it is for your organization. So, and that is the reason why you should bring your organization to Zoho Docs. Please feel free to email us any questions or any queries you have regarding this particular demo at support@zohodocs.com. Also, do not forget to tweet about us with the hashtag ZohoDocs. Thank you.